Thank you for watching. This is my Axial SCX10 nicknamed Bad Decisions. This rig is really it's just a tiny truck. This tiny truck is riddled with I think big mistakes when I initially set it up. So this was my very first crawler, and I didn't know anything, did do a tiny bit of reading and I watched a couple of videos, but well, one of the biggest mistakes I think that I made was putting on these 2.2 axial Ripsaw tires, making it super top heavy and making it look very odd proportioned. Another thing that I don't like in hindsight is the paint job that I did on this axial honcho body. It looks like a disco ball with all the flake in there. Not sure why I put the pink on it either, and I used a lot of stickers. I don't really do that anymore. It did perform okay, but it's kind of top heavy. I've learned how to drive it, but I lost interest in it I think approximately a year ago. So it's been sort of sitting around. It was very dirty, so I did give it a tiny bit of a wash right now, right before this video. Well, it does feature a couple of upgrades. Let me take you over those. I will tell you what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to ditch. First off, power system. It's okay. It's a Tekin power system. It's one of those FXR with a 35 turn motor. Works okay. I'm not sure why I put a Traxxas plug on it. That was also a stupid decision, so I'm going to change that one out for a Castle plug, because right now I run Castle plugs on all of my batteries. It does have Proline shocks. They do need a rebuild because this is how they not perform at the moment. It does have the Proline rims. I like these 2.2 rims, but again, these tires are just way too tall. I needed to hack away such an amount of body work just to make them have a tiny bit of clearance that the whole shell just looks stupid. I even needed to cut off some parts of the bumpers that I will also be taking off. So all in all, I'm not too happy with the way it sits currently. The high-tech servo that I installed is a waterproof one. Has been performing well so far, so I'm not going to change that one out. And this whole car just needs some TLC, to put it like that. Now, sometimes it takes the release of a couple of new products for you to actually be sort of like kicked into gear to have a new interest in a rig that you already own, and to just sort of spark that tiny fire again. So in this case, that's no different. Proline has released this Ford F100 body. I'm not completely sure which year it is, but I really like these bodies. This is the exact same body that I also used on my Savage Octane. That body was intended for a slash. This one is really intended for a honcho, so you can take the cage off from your honcho shell and you can sort of repurpose that for the back of this one. So that will look quite cool, I think. So this body was basically the main reason that I pulled this car out of retirement and decided to give it another go again. So this is a really cool detailed body, comes with a couple of stickers. I'm not sure to what extent I'm going to use those, but I just really like the overall shape of these. Proline did a cool job on painting theirs up with like a silver and a blue. And I'm thinking that I'm going to keep this one simple, but yet recognizable. So this is part one of what I'm going to use. Then another thing, I'm not going to do anything in this video, by the way. So if you think, okay, he's going to break out the paint cans, it's not going to happen. I will do that in one of my future videos. They also released these licensed BF Goodrich Baja T KR2 tires. Is it KR2? Yes, KR2. These are really cool. They have these in 2.2 and they have them in 1.9. I really like the 1.9, it's a lot better. That will also make sure that I don't have any clearance issues with the body. The only thing that I'm not sure about is if I'm going to stretch them around these 2.2 fault line rims, or if I'm going to just, basically I don't have to stretch them, if I'm just going to use them on these 1.9 Denali's. So if you have an idea about that, let me know in the comments. I'm kind of leaning towards the Denali's just because I think that they would look a tiny bit more proportionate. I could imagine if I would have used one of the newer Ford bodies that these 2.2s would look really cool. I do like the way that these side walls sort of puff out after you stretch those on. So I'm not completely sure. I will show you a close-up of this as well. A ridiculous amount of work to to actually mount them to the rim. All in all, if you have 4 rims, it's like 128 screws or something like that, so do be prepared to really get in there with screwing those bead locks on. These bead locks, by the way, they're, I think, cast aluminium, something like that. They are aluminium, but of course they're not machined, because that's not possible for this kind of money. These rims are very affordable, but they do look super cool. So I guess that's that for this video. If you are in the Proline Racing web store, do remember to use the HemiStorm 10 discount code for an instant 10% discount on whatever it is that you want to have. So whether you want to have some of those power stroke shocks, some rims, some tires, an entire Pro 2 kit, Pro MT kit, or a Pro 2 buggy, that 10% goes for absolutely everything, and you don't even need to watch this video to get that 10% discount with that code. So pass it around to your buddies as well. If you're curious how this car will turn out, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you have suggestions on which rims to use for me, leave that in the comments box. And if you want to be ahead of what I'm doing over here, Instagram, Facebook, everything is in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you around. Bye bye.